What's up, everybody? Gridiron Gilly Show. I'm the host, Gridiron Gilly. Right now, I have Coach Sam Wells with the Troup Tigers. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you, Connor?
Couldn't be better, man. I'm excited for this interview. Usually how I start this off, I just ask you to talk about your coaching history, where all you've coached at, and since you're at Troup, this is year 4 for you. Just what led you to Troup? So
Well,
you can go ahead.
yeah. So, at the time when I came to Troop, I'd been the head coach at Elkhart for 6 years, and I was ready for a change. And the head coach, AD, and head coach at Troop, it was John Eastman at the time, and we'd been friends for a long time. And anyway, I just mentioned to him, "Hey, if you got something, I came as a defensive coordinator for 4 years, and then Coach Eastman retired, and then I took over after that. And so, anyway, that's how I came to Troop.
Where are you from?
I'm from Cayuga, right by Palestine, and
Okay.
so that's where I grew up. And anyway, went and played college football at a couple of different places in college, and then started my coaching career in Del Valley and Austin. My high school coach was the head coach at Del Valley, and so he hired me. And then whenever I left there after 2 years, I came to Frankston. It was time to come back to East Texas, and I came to Frankston for 3 years, and went to Palestine for a year, and then Elysian Fields for 3, and then went back to Frankston as the head coach for 4 years, and then Elkhart for 6, and then been at Troop since.
What years were you at Elkhart?
I was there from 2012 and came to Troop in 2018.
Okay. So I'm from Joaquin, so I think we played y'all back then.
Probably so. Yeah, we
Okay.
played the first 2 years uh, that I was at Elkhart, and then when I was the head coach at Frankston, we were in the same district with Joaquin, and so played played Joaquin in district 2 years, and so it was 4 straight
Oh
years.
yeah,
Uh,
absolutely. I remember those days too.
yep.
Troop. I'll just go ahead and say this: you're 5-0. You've beaten Shelbyville, Edgewood, Harleton, Rusk, and Arp, and a great game the other night. I almost went to that game. I went and watched West Rusk and Elkhart instead.
Mm.
This week you have Elkhart. What do you expect to see from them?
Well, they get after it. I mean, they play hard. They've got one really special kid that's been hurt. That's a really good player that's got some Division I offers and whatnot, and he's been out. He's only played in 2 full games this season, and that helps them obviously a ton when he's playing. But they play hard, and they're going to get after us, and so we got to be focused on the task at hand, which is the task at hand every week, and so. Uh, we're worried about us getting better and the things we got to improve on, and so that's what we're focused on.
Absolutely. Well, that's what I went and watched them play. I've interviewed New Diana's head coach already, who's in your district, and I've interviewed Coach Mata at West Rusk
Mm-hmm.
and Coach Blackman at Elkhart. So you're the 4th coach in this district that I've interviewed. So I guess 3A Division II, Region 3, District 11. I guess I have a soft spot for you guys. But yeah, West Rusk and Elkhart. It was 60 something to 13, I believe.
Right.
But that's one thing I noticed about Elkhart was those guys did play hard, and I never saw them give up. They just came out
No.
on the short end of the stick. Sometimes you just play a better team.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. They're always going to play hard, and so that's one thing you can expect out of them. And Coach Blackman was actually one of my coaches at Elkhart, and so it's kind of, and his brother is our offensive coordinator at Troop, and so and so there's a lot of ties in this game. It's kind of unique a little bit. Our defensive coordinator here was my defensive coordinator at Elkhart for the first year I was there also, and so we have a lot of my son actually was there at Elkhart in school till we came here in the 4th grade, and so and then Coach Blackman's son is who's our tight end is his cousin, his first cousin is one of their players at Elkhart too, and so there's a lot of ties in this game for us personally. So it's kind of unique.
Absolutely. Um, if you want to talk about your coaching staff and your players, you more than welcome to do that. Coaches usually sometimes they do, sometimes they don't.
We're very fortunate that, you know, we have a lot of experience returning from a year ago. A lot of them started as sophomores. That we had 7 sophomores that started a year ago for us, and
Okay.
on a team we started really slow a year ago, and then we ended up 8-4 on the season, and lost in overtime to DeKalb in the second round. And so obviously, a lot of those kids were back, and our junior class is a really special class, and we've got some really good seniors. We don't have many seniors, but the ones we have are really good players. And so, but one thing that I think when people play us is they realize that we're really fast. I mean, we have a lot of kids that can really run. Our sprint relay is really fast right now, and so we got a lot of kids that can run. We got 5 or 6 kids that can fly, and so that's obviously that's a big blessing to us. And our our first year quarterback, who was a varsity player a year ago, but Josh Childress has done a really nice job at quarterback. His first year as the guy, really protected the ball well, really made good decisions. Our offensive line, AJ Dewberry, he's a junior, 3-year starter. Our guard Preston Rainwater, who's a junior. Our center Logan Lockey. Our left guard Anthony Zuniga, and our left tackle J.W. Becerra, who's a senior, and our tight end Riley Blackman, who's Coach Blackman's son. They do a really good job for us up front, and then our receivers are just second to none at our level for sure. And D Holly, and who's a junior, and Cam Holly, who's a sophomore, and James Pierce, who's a junior. And then you already mentioned Brett. He's a junior running back, and so there's a lot of speed. And Coach Blackman does such a good job of distributing the ball to all our guys, and really creating ways to give them the ball and do a good job. And we're very lucky to have him as our play caller, and so this we're blessed right now. And then defensively, Coach Clankley is, like I said, is our defensive coordinator. He was with me at Elkhart for a year, and then he abruptly left and went to Palestine. But that's a whole nother story. But I still loved him, and so we came back to Troup with us. And so anyway, our defense has done a really great job as well. And our two tackles, Caden Starkey, who's a senior, who's a 4-year starter, and then AJ Dewberry, who's a 3-year starter as a junior. They're really good on the inside. And then our two ends, Tanner Wilson, and who's a junior, and Billy Borgia, very athletic defensive ends. And two inside backers are seniors who started a year ago, Jackson Waller and Luke Skillern. And then our outside backers are Brett Wells, junior, and Noble Kendrick, who's a senior that can really run too. And our secondary is D Holly and Cam Holly and James Pierce. And so, we just got a lot of speed. Very fortunate. We got a little, some depth, especially up front. And so we played really well so far, and we're continuing to get better.
Yeah, you said it. The thoroughbreds you got on the track and on the football field, it sounds like 3A Division II is still small school football, and 2A and 3A is what I care about the most. In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, I think 3A Division II is the best football in the state. But yeah, whenever you have guys like that with that much speed, it's a gem for sure.
Yep, for sure. It makes our job certainly easier. Whenever you can give kids the ball, they can really run, and also defensively, the same thing. You can do some things to take advantage of our speed. And so anyway, we haven't always been that fortunate to have as much speed as we have now. And so just like I said, we're very blessed.
Well, Coach, I'll ask you a few questions that people have asked me to ask. So the first one will be, who do you have circled on your calendar, I guess, as a big game this year? I know you just played one this past
Mm.
week, if you even have one. And then who is a rival of Troop?
Well, I think as far as big games To us, every game's a big game because it's the next one, and so the big game this week's Elkhart, and I don't know that I think our staff and our players really do a good job at staying focused on the task at hand. So I don't we don't really look behind, don't really look ahead very much, and so the task at hand's the Elkhart Elks, and so that's our big game coming up. As far as rivals, we have two rivals at Troup. ARP, obviously the 7 Mile rivalry, which is a really unique rivalry in itself because all the communities are so, our two communities are so tight. It's not like a hated rivalry like a lot of rivalries go.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember, Elite, when I was at EF, us and Wascom hated each other. And, like Garrison and Timpson, that's a hated rivalry. And so, it's not like rivalries we had back when I was growing up and stuff like that. But it's you want to beat each other. It's like playing your brother, and you want to win. And after the game, I don't know if you saw the picture, but all our two teams prayed together after the game. And so
Mm-hmm.
it's you want to win the game, but when it's all said and done, for 364 other days, they're friends. And so, but the other rivalry we have is I would say West Rusk is because they're so close to us also, and we played them a lot here recently, and so that's and all our kids know their kids, and we're in the same district in every sport, and so that's become somewhat of a rivalry also.
Yes, sir. And the next question, in your opinion, and you don't have to elaborate on it, but in your opinion, how important is a head coach to a program? Like, what's the value of a head coach in your opinion?
Well, I think he sets the culture of the program. The head coach does, and um, his ability to hire a really good staff and um, set the tone for the program. And I think it's huge for every football program in the state is having the leader that can do those things. And if you do, and have a leader that loves kids and builds good relationships, and then you got a chance to be successful.
And that's usually the answer I get. There's more behind the scenes stuff that goes on that people don't realize.
Right, right, for sure.
Absolutely. Um, okay, let's see here. Do you want to talk about your district at all?
And I think it's a really competitive district. I think obviously ARP has been really good all year long. They had the short end of the stick against us on Friday, but they're a really, really good football team. West Rusk is obviously a really good football team. Had a fairly close loss to Malakoff game one, and other than that, they played really well, and I think they played well against Malakoff, and so they're a really, really good team. I knew Diana seems to be hitting their stride a little bit now. I think they won 3 in a row after starting the season 0-2. So Coach Lane, I know he does a great job, and they had a lot of new players this year on varsity, and so it was going to kind of like us a year ago. It was going to take a little while to kind of get going, and it seems like they're doing a really good job. And uh, and Elkhart and Buffalo and Winona. Elkhart and Buffalo have new head coaches this year, and so it's taken a little while, and they've all got good players. Buffalo is, I've just watched them a little bit and remember them from a year ago. They are really humongous. I mean, they are really big linemen, and they got a chance to be a really good team, I think, soon. And Winona's really athletic all the time, and so they're always dangerous when you play them. And they're really well coached, and been running the same offense and defense for a while, and they're really fundamentally sound, and so they're always a danger when you play them.
Well, like I said, you're 5-0. You got Elkhart this week. We've already discussed that. Coming off a big win last week, like I said, not much more to talk about there. Last year, you finished second in the district. This year, the experts, as I like to call them, have you finishing first. Um, I think those guys, though, stick more to 5A and 6A. That's what I said. I'm more of the
Right,
2A, 3A
right.
guy. That's what my wheelhouse is. That's what I care about the most. But I'll just ask you a few more questions, give you a
Yeah.
scenario, and then we'll wrap up. Okay, Coach?
Okay.
Would you rather win a game 62-59, or would you rather win a game 6-0?
Uh, I just want to win. So however it goes, that's it is what it is. Some games I've been a part of both of those in my career, and obviously from the fans' perspective, that high scoring shootout's a lot more fun for them sometimes than a 6-0 ball game. But all of us have been a part of both of those, and ultimately you just want to come out on top.
I get that answer more often than not, but a lot of coaches say they take many years off your life whenever you win a game in that fashion,
Yep.
62 to 50 something.
For sure. There's no doubt. There's probably been some years taken off my life and some games for sure.
Would you rather win a game by a goal line stand or a game winning touchdown?
I think either one, both of them are exciting. The goal line stand. In fact, last year, and when we played West Rusk, we played 5 overtimes, and the last 2 point conversion that West Rusk had, we stopped them on the goal line, and that's what won the game. And so obviously that was exciting. And back in 2007, in the quarterfinal game at Elysian Fields, we threw a Hail Mary touchdown to win the game against ARP in the quarterfinals. And so both of those exciting. Run the field, exciting. And so I've been a part of both. And so either one, I'd take either one.
Okay. I'll ask you a scenario. I feel like this is a good scenario for you. You're up 34-7 at half.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure who the opponent is, but somebody down the road. But into the third quarter, you're still up, but it's 34-22. So they made some good adjustments coming out of the half. And you didn't score any, so they scored 22 unanswered pretty much. And what they're doing is they're killing you with some misdirection, some counters, some screens, some trap plays. So my question for you is, what do you do? What adjustments do you make in the fourth quarter to stop that from happening and maintain your lead and win inevitably?
Well, I think, obviously, if you said that scenario, that obviously you got to do some things defensively to stop some of that stuff, like the counter game and things like that, and misdirections, uh, and the screen game, and I don't even remember what else you said, but obviously you have to have in your scheme to be able to make some adjustments to those things, and so you got to kind of slow it down for the players a little bit, and if you got to call timeout to get it all straight, that's what you got to do. And so you gotta help the players let the game slow down in their minds sometimes when that kind of stuff happens, and just get them calmed back down and get them back focused, and if you do that, you're usually going to be in good shape.
Um, my last question for you: if somebody wants to come watch Troup play this year, you got a few home games left, in this district. But if somebody wants to come watch Troup play at home this year, where should they get about to eat at in Troup?
Well, you got a few choices and Troop, not many, but you got a few. We've got a Tiger Cafe, which is I really enjoy. It's home cooked meals, really good. And Friday, always Friday's a catfish special, which is pretty good. And then La Hacienda, our Mexican food restaurant here in town, is a pretty solid choice, also. And then we got a little Milano's pizza if you're a pizza person. And then
I am.
you got a Dairy Queen and a Sonic, the staples of East Texas. And then that's pretty much about it. We always have some food trucks in town too that are always pretty good. So there's a few choices, but not a ton.
Yes, sir. As long as there's a Dairy Queen there, that's my favorite fast food restaurant. So that'd probably be what I would choose. Um, yeah. So this is year 4 for you at Troop.
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit about Troop. In my opinion, I think they're pretty traditionally, fundamentally sound, good football team. And it
Mm-hmm.
seems like ever since you've been there, they've kind of taken a step. So, like I said, the experts got you finishing first in the district this year. I would like to see it. And I would like to see y'all play some good football this year, stay healthy, and play in the month of December.
That's right. That's the expectation for sure. I just appreciate you including us in this, and we're excited about doing it.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, your secretary. Um, I think I spoke with her, and she was like, "Yeah, I'll let them know." And usually, when I talk to secretaries, the coach never gets back with me. So I was very appreciative of you
Yeah,
to reach out to me.
for sure. Absolutely. Anytime.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, and I hope you guys stay healthy and have a great rest of your year.
I
Okay.
appreciate you.
All
Take
right.
care. All right.
Take
Bye
care,
bye.
man.
All right.